Hey everybody, Marcus over here at Fletcher Library, and today I'm bringing our parents a new literacy tip. So today I want to focus on choice. Letting someone of any age choose how they are going to do a task greatly increases their connection and investment to the activity and increases chances for success. So the word choice sometimes gets misunderstood, so I want to clarify that it means how the goal is accomplished, not whether or not you get to choose to do it or not. When dealing with young children, choice often gets confused with whether or not they will do it at all, but that's not what's happened. This is about structured choice. So today we're going to talk about how to structure choice when picking out a book, and then discuss a common misconception that might be making reading an undesirable choice for your kids and maybe even for yourself.
The strategy that we're going to discuss today is called I pick, or just pick. It's a common classroom strategy that you may have heard before. I pick is an acronym for I pick a book, P purpose, I interest, C comprehension, and K know. First things first is I. It's simple. I pick a book. Any book will do. You might pick it for many reasons, which come up again later during our interest piece later on. Next up is P for purpose. What is your purpose for reading a book? Is it to learn something? Is it because you're reading for fun? Is it because it's the next book in your favorite series? Everyone has a purpose for reading, even if it's just to escape the stresses of life. Your purpose can help direct you to the correct shelf or area of the library that you need to be at to find a book that you're looking for. Next up is I for interest. Does this book even interest you for your given purpose? Interest in the book can make a huge difference in someone's willingness to combat new and strange language in a text. So interest is very important. And even if you're doing this for work, interest can mean a lot because there's lots of books about all sorts of subjects, but some are much more interesting than others. Finally, we have CK, which together make the hard K sound, which is perfect because they go together. Typically with young learners, you may want to only attempt to read the first page when checking for comprehension and knowledge. But as reading skills improve, this may encompass reading the first several pages or even the first chapter of a book before picking it. A common rule is to use your 5 fingers to read the first page. Raise a finger each time you have difficulty with a word or had difficulty understanding what is going on. If in the first page or the first few pages you get all 5 fingers, this book might not be a good fit for you. This might be a way for you to challenge yourself too, so this doesn't necessarily mean you should stop and not pick that book. This will just help you assess if you're going to understand what's going on in the book at all. When helping a child or a friend to test their comprehension, you will want to ask questions about what they just read. You might also ask them, especially with young learners, to just retell what they've read so far and see if they can do it in a comprehensive manner.
If you've made it through each of those steps, congratulations, you found a good fit book. Take it home, read it, and enjoy it. Now, the goal isn't just to build a good reader, but a lifelong reader, someone who chooses to read for enjoyment, someone who chooses to read when they're not assigned something to read. A pretty large barrier to this is misunderstanding about what is and isn't a real book, and it's something that I see often at the library and in schools. I am talking about the general opinion of any books with any kinds of pictures in them. And so today I'm going to focus on some facts that I think everyone needs to know about comics and graphic novels, a medium that is often very misunderstood and considered lesser literature.
First things first, did you know that comic books on average have more rare words per thousand than adult books? Not than other children's books, than adult books, books that are considered too difficult for young readers. Your average comic book has more rare words than them. Comics are also frequently found to have made-up language that obeys your phonemic and phonics rules, leading to increased ability to decipher new and difficult language for readers of graphic novels. On top of this, there are ongoing studies that the combined complex language with image deciphering needed to understand all the levels of a comic may actually be more work for your brain than just reading regular text. If you combine these facts and studies with the other fact that a graphic novel, Dogman by David Pilkey, outsold all other books last year, not other children's books, other books, you can see we have a recipe for making an intelligent, lifelong reader.
Comics and graphics also encompass a lot of the genres found in other art forms, so it's just as broad as its siblings in content. A lot of classic literature is even getting the graphic adaptation due to the medium's popularity. So really, comics can be a great way to trick your child into reading, especially if they're a reluctant reader. But I didn't say that. Don't tell them that you're tricking them. Don't let them see this video. It's not a trick. It's real reading. Thank you so much for joining us today at Fletcher Library for our literacy tip. Make sure to visit any COWS location so you can start reading graphics and practicing your I pick strategy when picking out books. We'll see you at the library.